Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome students for this bio session. In today's session, we'll be talking about tissues. So let's begin with the class. Here, can you see the structure? Yes, this diagram shows the arm. Now what exactly it shows? You can see that the arm is made up of different types of connective tissues, right? So in last class, we had learnt about blood as connective tissues. Let's see the other types of connective tissues which are present. Okay. So what we are going to see, the next type is the loose connective tissue. Later, we are going to talk about fibrous connective tissue, adipose tissue, cartilage and bones. So let's start with arula connective tissue. Now this arula connective tissue, where it is present. So if you just hold your arm and try to pinch yourself, you can feel the muscles between your fingers, right? So that soft flexible skin that is present here, below that skin, you have this arula tissue. What this tissue does is, it connects your skin with the muscles. Now, what are the things that are present in this arula tissue? If you just look through the microscope, you can find this hair-like or wire-like structures that are interwoven. This network of fibers are made up of two types. One is the reticular fiber and collagen fiber. These fibers, they fill the space between the skin and muscles. So what it does? First of all, it is going to fill. Next, it is going to give support for those organs that are present between them. And later, it is also going to act as reservoir for water and salts. Where exactly this type of tissues are present apart from skin and muscles? They are present around blood vessels, in the bone marrows, as well as in nerves. So this type of arula tissue provides toughness, flexibility to the tissues and organs. Let's move for the next. It also helps in repair. Now, do you know where exactly fat is deposited in your body? Yes, the fat is deposited just below your skin. And this fat is having a special type of cells, what we call those cells as adipocytes. Now, if you just look at the structure here, you can see that just like any other cell, these adipocyte cells are also made up of cell membrane, nucleus. There's one unique thing what you find here is the cells are having some droplets. What are these droplets? They are fat droplets. So the cells are stored with fats. Now this type of tissue we call them as adipose tissue. Now where do you find these type of tissues? They are found between the skin as well as internal organs. Why do you think it is required? It protects the internal organs by covering them, and it also insulates them from shock. Let's move on to the next type of connective tissue. Now this is the connective tissue which gives shape to the body. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it is bone. So we know that our body is made up of bone. Now what these bones do to us? Bones form the skeletal system, right? So how does each bone connect with other? Do you have any idea to form the framework or network? Let's see that later. So now what is the importance of bone in our body? First of all, it is forming a skeletal system that not only supports a body, it also protects our internal organs. For example, the rib cage, it is going to protect heart, lungs and liver. And what else it does? It is also helping in fixing the muscles to the bone. That means it helps in anchoring of muscles. So the bones along with the muscles, they help us move, right? So now if you look at the structure, we can see this concentric circle-like structures, okay, with a central opening. Now let's move on to the next type of connective tissue. What it is? It is the hyaline cartilage. The mattress of this cartilage is different compared to the bones. So bones are basically made up of calcium and phosphorus mattress, which gives them a hard and strong, inflexible structure. Whereas cartilage, if you see, they are made up of chondroitin cells and they are having a flexible mattress. Where this is present, if we say flexibility, that means it is required for smooth movement. So wherever there are movements like at the joint regions like wrist region, knee region, shoulder region, they are present. Now what it does, it smoothens the bone surface at the joints. Also it stabilizes the joints. Now where else do you find this type of cartilage? So generally whenever you hold your ear, you can feel that you can press the ear inward and out, right? You can fold your ears in and out. So this flexibility is there in this cartilage. That's the difference between the soft bone and hard compact bone. So you can bend your ears, but you cannot bend or flex this arm. The bones of the arm you cannot do as you do your ears, right? Now where else do you find this? You can find this in other regions like the nose region, trachea region, that is the respiratory region, as well as the larynx, the voice box. All these regions, they have this flexible bones or the soft bones which help in easy movement. Let's move on to the next. So now here we can see this connective tissues. Now how does, I said before that if a skeletal system is formed, bones have to connect with each other. Now how does bone connect to each other? So they connect through a one more connective tissue. What is this? Ligament is the connective tissue that connects two bones. You can see this brown color bone here and here, right? These two bones are connected by this grayish substance, what you have seen here. They are ligaments. What it does, ligament connects two bones and they are elastic in nature with very good strength. That's why we are more flexible at the joint region or the knee region where there is maximum rotation is possible. So they have very little mattress. Now, what is the next structure that helps in connecting this bones with muscles? So you can see this red structure, those are nothing but the muscles or the flesh part. How it is connected to the bone? Through tendons. So what tendon does? Tendons connect muscles to the bones. Now this type of tissue which connects muscle to the bones are fibrous in nature. They are not elastic. They are having considerable strength, great strength you can see, and very limited flexibility. Generally, whenever a sports person complain about injuries, it's maybe because of this ligament tear or the tendon. So if someone lifts a heavy weight or during strenuous higher physical activity, then this muscles get strained. So that's because of overstretching of tendon that leads to this strains in the muscles like muscle cramps. Thank you very much for listening to me.